Oh, there we
is.
are.
Hi, Sean.
Sorry. Hey, Jake. Hey, buddy. Look who's back. Jake's
Look
back.
who's back. Back again.
Back again.
Jakey's
back.
Bring a friend.
Tell a friend. All right, Jake, what kind
too
of
young
a
to know the
jersey are you
reference.
wearing? Hold on. What kind of jersey is Jake wearing? We need an establishment of fit. Is that Shea? I have no idea who number 2 is. Is that Shea? Okay. Is that now patterned your game after? Is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
He is not. Really, your point guard skills leave a little to be desired.
I'm thinking you're more an Alex
basketball tryouts in 45 minutes.
I'm thinking he's more of an Alex Caruso type player than probably a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander player.
That's okay. You can make really, really, really good money being Alex Caruso.
Oh, 100%. And Jake, we'll get you. You know what? I'll tell you. You have basketball tryouts today. Does that mean is it make or break the team, or is this just everybody makes the team?
Make or break, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you make the team, I will get you an Alex Caruso jersey. 100%.
You won't. There you go, Jake.
I will get you an Alex Caruso jersey. You got to make the team.
You could have 2 Oklahoma Thunder jerseys.
That's right.
That's what every boy from Livingston, New Jersey needs.
Seriously.
Or not one deal. The reason for the Alex Caruso reference and the reason I would ever get somebody an Alex Caruso jersey is he will be on the team for a certain amount of years. He doesn't make enough money that it matters, and he's a glue guy, and every team needs a glue guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show with our guest appearance by Jake Kamens, who is now sporting some new attire, and I don't mean just his jersey. He's got some hardware on the teeth as well as hardware that he's going to be holding up at the end of the basketball year. How are we feeling today? Everything good?
Great.
Look at that smile. Look at that smile.
I heard about missing it.
You'll be fine, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Look, you just hustle. What do I tell you to do? How do I tell you to play?
Aggressive.
As?
Always.
There you go.
That's right. Aggressive. Aggressiveness gets you. That's how Alex Caruso makes his career. Aggressiveness and a 3-point shot. But aggressiveness.
Well, we're not quite at the 3-point shot yet. But he's got a solid 8-foot jumper.
Well, I'm glad we're not into 3-point shots because at the end of the day, the game has changed. Do you know now understanding that the game is different, made less his career than Stephen Curry took all last year.
Who did you faded out? Larry Bird?
Larry Bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry Bird made less in his career than Steph Curry made in a year. The game has just changed. We don't need players just continually shooting 3-pointers. But that is not why we have Jake Kamens on the show today. We have Jake Kamens on the show.
Why do we have Jake Kamens on the show today?
Are you asking Jake or are you asking me?
Both of you.
Well, I want Jake Kamens to give us the lowdown on Sleepaway Camp because we primed Sleepaway Camp when we started 8 weeks ago. We primed the fact that Jake would have a great time at Sleepaway Camp. And I want to be proven right here. Seth said the same thing. We both were on board with this. Jake, give us the lowdown on Sleepaway Camp. How'd it go?
It was great. Definitely great.
All right. So what did we like best about Sleepaway Camp? This is the interview. We are doing the interview with Jake Kamens. It is a pure and simple interview. Tell me what was great about Sleepaway Camp. Give us the lowdown.
Sports and some of the new activities I made and learned.
Okay, you got to speak up. All I heard was sports and so a little bit louder.
Sports and some new activities I learned.
New activities. All right. So as you are 100% reminding me of a Larry Bird interview where I pull teeth, literal teeth. You have to elaborate a little bit. What are these new activities that you speak of?
Tubing and like archery that it's not new, but it's just like
how about team handball?
Team
Ooh,
handball.
team handball? Team handball is
Handball's
awesome.
cool.
Team handball, I saw that at the Olympics. So if I recall correctly, team handball is like a cross between soccer and basketball. Yes? Yeah, good stuff. Okay, what else? So archery, so we're setting up a bow and arrow and the target in your backyard now?
Not quite like that.
Yeah, it's high on the priority list. Carly is ecstatic with the idea of having a bow and arrow in the house. There's nothing.
No, we're not putting it in the house. Jake, we're not putting it in the house. We're putting it in the backyard. We just have to explain to Mom that the backyard is not an extension of the house. So we have to get Jake's shed and get the backyard set up with a bow and arrow and a target and a little box, right? I think that's the way. I think Mommy will be completely on board with that. This is Uncle Sean saying there's no way in hell that will ever work, but
That is absolutely correct.
But we'll try. We'll try. It's not a weapon. It's a useful tool.
Now it's too bad he has this new toy called the Diablo, which I had never heard of, and he's kind of become an expert at.
Okay, what is Diablo? Give me some lowdown because I have no idea what that is. Do you have it with you? Go get it. All right. So, Seth, you're going to Montreal, the home of the Canadiens, literal Canadians on top of the team name Canadians. And so, how long are we there for? When is our next show? We need to know.
I come back Tuesday.
Oh, so we'll be back on Wednesday next week. Fabulous.
Probably. Yeah.
Fabulous. So, okay, so just to give a little outline until Jay gets back, next week we'll be having our fantasy football preview. And then the week after that, before our fantasy football draft, we'll be having our NFL preview.
NFL preview.
Yep. And I hate to ask this. Are you excited for the NFL season? Because I'm not really sure I am.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also I have no expectations of my team. I have no expectations of your team.
Thank you.
So the only thing I really have to look forward to is fantasy.
Yeah.
So, which is fun, but I have 5 drafts and 3 of them are the same day. You can't see it.
What is that? Oh, I've used that before. Yeah, and you throw it up, right? You spread it out,
Yeah.
It goes up.
Again.
Jake, you got to stay on the screen. Yeah.
Might I suggest not doing that in the house?
In
Just a
Mommy's
thought.
office. No, she does it. He does it in the house all the time.
Okay, that Mommy's office?
There's another move that I know that I can perform without breaking anything.
Yeah, I appreciate that because breaking things is not really the best thing.
I got a feeling if you break anything in Mommy's office, that Diablo may go in the fire itself.
Mommy would break Daddy. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, well, that too. Okay, so is that a game or is that just an individual thing right there? I think it's an individual thing, right?
It's a game toy. He does some pretty neat stuff with it.
Do you pass that thing like to other people? Jake, do we throw it and pass it to other people?
He probably could. Have you ever thrown it like one to another person?
The sticks?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yes, he has.
Oh,
Not
so
me.
so you remember the game that we used to get the balls in the little it's like a highlight thing where we would throw the ball, right? That's kind of the extension of that.
Yeah.
In a-
I think I have another idea.
Okay, tell me the idea.
Over there.
No, dude, I got to be on screen. This is where the screen is.
Didn't you just sit that chair?
Why am I going to sit on that chair? Do you want me out of the way so you can be in the middle?
Yes.
It's all you.
Go. Let's
Go.
see it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Heyman's doing some Diablo. All right, so it looks like I should do play-by-play here. He's swinging it left to right. He's going around the corner. He's going
I feel like we
back-
should have a gymnastic. It's like the gymnastics people.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This sounds like a dirty movie. And we're around the world. This is like a yo-yo.
It does look like kind of a yo-yo.
Like, I feel like this is a yo-yo. Like, we're doing around the world. Can you walk the dog, too?
Now, this one was kind of hard.
There you go. Good job, dude.
Yeah, you walk the
Japanese
dog.
yo-yo.
There you go. You walk the dog. Okay, So Jake, so Jake, the big question that I have is,
all this means strike. So
okay, we have a question from.
got
Nice catch.
strike.
He threw it in the air and then caught it, which is pretty neat.
Jake, are we going back to sleepaway camp next year?
What'd you say?
Are we going back to sleepaway camp next year?
Oh yeah, he's going. His sister is going.
And how did, since we don't have Teo on the broadcast, we need some third party information. Did Teo enjoy as well?
Did Teo have fun?
Yeah. Was it easier to go in with Teo there?
Was it? You wanted to be on the show, dude. Was it easy?
Is it easy? Okay, put Diablo down. I think we're done with Diablo for right now.
Okay.
Was it easier to enjoy sleepaway camp with your cousin there? Did you see Teo a lot? Okay. And what was your favorite meal?
Probably the French toast special.
French toast special. Okay. So pretty much
French
the
toast
easiest.
sticks.
So basically the easiest meal not to mess up. French toast.
Sticks.
Oh, French toast sticks, which means even less of a mess up because it's a frozen thing that they just reheat.
No, it's not like one of those. It's like homemade, literally.
It's homemade.
They make French toast and they cut it up.
Oh, okay. Chop, 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 chop. Okay. Did we do any arts and crafts?
There's woodworking.
Okay.
I made the camp logo.
Okay. And did you make anything for Morgan?
If only I liked woodworking that much.
I didn't hear what you said. Let's try that again. Come closer.
Woodworking that much.
No, you didn't do that much woodworking? All right. That's the next year problem.
What?
That's the next year problem. You know, Daddy's going to have you painting the house by the end of the month because of your woodworking skills. So get to it, kid. I mean, that living room is a really high ceiling. You're gonna be up there on the ceiling painting. That's right. Because after the Diablo goes up there and makes marks on the ceiling, Mommy's gonna have
I was not going up there in a million years. Not
So
in a million years.
All right, so school starts what, in 2 weeks now?
That's
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today, basketball start. So we have tryouts today. When is basketball starting? When does the season start or practice?
You should say that.
I have no idea. He
All
had
right.
his first. He had his travel soccer. He had tennis. He's good.
You've had a really relaxing week since you've been back. 4 days since you've been back.
It's not quite relaxing.
Oh no,
You're
that
playing
was
sports
complete and
5 hours.
utter sarcasm. you. I think Daddy was enjoying his vacation while you were gone too, and now you're both
Yeah, I
back.
miss my little dude though.
But we're happy. But we're really happy to have you back, Jake. Really happy to have you back. Good luck in the basketball tryouts. I look forward to hearing about them. I'm sure Daddy will send me some videos. Daddy, does that mean?
No, parents aren't allowed in there.
Ooh,
They do not allow parents in, which is probably a good move.
I was about to say that may be the best rule that they make.
Yeah, so I'm picking them up at 7.
Okay. So Jake, the smile looks great. I love the smile. Better when the braces do their job, right? But overall, I'm so the tongue has nothing to do. Thank you, Michael. The tongue has absolutely nothing to do. Please do not pretend to be more Alex Caruso, less Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I'm more like Michael Jordan the tongue.
Yeah, well, when you can jump like
Okay, when you can jump like Michael, you can stick your tongue out like Michael. So
be like Mike.
Be like Mike.
I want to be like Mike.
Has he ever seen that commercial?
Of course he hasn't seen that commercial. He doesn't watch commercials.
I do, but not. I don't go that deep into commercials.
They don't. What commercials are on? He's watching Netflix half the time.
Well, but you could show him on YouTube.
Goes to Zen.
No, but you could have showed him on YouTube the Michael Jordan commercial.
You want to see the Michael Jordan commercial? It's kind of a cool commercial.
Of course he does. All right, hold on. I will get the commercial. Hold on. 1990. Oh, here it is. The original. 1992. For those at home that have never seen the Michael Jordan commercial.
Is that old? The Gatorade is that old? Or is it Nike? I forget which.
1992. Oh, I got Roku ads first. Hold on.
Sign up at
Oh, it's a Gatorade
ads.roku.com.
commercial.
You want ads
Okay.
that drive results.
Oh, here we go.
That's why we built
Watch it,
Roku
Jake.
Ads
100%
Manager.
Gatorade.
Sign
All right,
up
so
at
here's your first
ads.roku.com.
Thank you, YouTube.
Can't hear it.
Can you hear anything? Because I guess we're gonna have to play this later. I'm not hearing anything. Are you hearing anything?
No. If I could be like
I want to be like mine. If I could be like Mike.
Yes, you are hearing something.
Just one day if I could be.
All right. Did you hear anything in that? Did you hear any sound?
Very, very.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to show it again when the issue is my computer. Sean will be getting a new computer hopefully next week. So, Jake, good to see you, buddy. I'm looking forward to hearing more. Oh, I don't know what. I'm looking forward to hearing more about how tryouts went, and we're gonna shift back to college football here, as this is the college football preview.
This is
Seth,
the college football preview. It is.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much college football do you know about this year?
How much? Sorry, I lost track because of Mr. Diablo back here. What'd you say?
Scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in your college football predictions this year? How much have you paid attention to anything that is college football?
I don't watch preseason. I don't pay attention to anything preseason, but I get into college football pretty hard. You know that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you some teams, and you tell. First of all, we saw what happened with Jim Harbaugh last week. What's that?
All right, give me 2 minutes.
Yep.
Give me 2.
Hold on. So we have a pretty big problem with my computer. It doesn't have enough RAM, so we're trying to work on that. But here we are with college football preview. Look, the teams that were there last year are going to be there this year, who are going to be there next year, because it's all about money, right? That's all it is. So we have Ohio. We have the Ohio States. We have Penn State. We have Michigan. Penn State and Ohio State are supposed to be 1 and 2. In the SEC, we have Texas, which is still really, really weird to say that Texas is in the SEC. Arch Manning finally starting. I guess we'll see what that brings out, that Arch Manning is there. Clemson is the preseason favorite in the ACC, as usual, with SMU and Miami as contenders. I mean, it's possible that Clemson could actually go undefeated. They don't have that hard of a schedule. I mean, they play everybody else, but at the end of the day, Clemson's schedule – I had this up before. Hold on one second. Clemson's schedule – Clemson. Hold on. Darn it. I had their schedule up 2 seconds ago, and then I can't find it. Here we go. Let's go this way. There we go. Clemson's schedule. And what I was saying is that they may be undefeated because their schedule is really a cakewalk. So they face LSU at home, and that is their only real tough game. I mean, they face LSU at home. They face SMU at home, and they're at South Carolina, like we say every other year. And Debo may have a perfect season. Their hardest games, those are all at home. Their hardest game is probably at Louisville, which is November 14th. By the time they get into the swing, so they face LSU at home, then they face Troy at home. They come here to Atlanta to face Georgia Tech. They're home against Syracuse.
Did you just say the land of the beige?
No.
Would you just say the land of what?
I didn't say anything. I said they're coming here to face Georgia Tech.
Oh, I thought you said the land of the beige. No wonder I was
No.
confused. Okay.
Then they go to Syracuse.
The schedule other than LSU, the ACC is not a football conference. So they don't play Miami.
No, they face LSU at home, and they go to South Carolina. That's it. That's all they got.
And with the they're going to be the favorite going in pretty easily. Miami's up there. Nobody knows what North Carolina is going to be with Belichick. But it's not a good football conference right now. SMU made the playoff last year. They still bring back their quarterback. I forget his name. But they were actually excellent last year and just played a really bad first half against Penn State. But it's not a strong football conference.
No, and SMU faces Clemson and Miami. They're at Clemson and they're home against Miami. And other than that, again, they could win out and go to the playoff as well because they're starting at 16. It's really, if you look at the top 20, as we have always said, it's where it's harder to win back a game later in the season than it is early in the season. You can lose an early game, right? But you're also it's where you start, right? So Tennessee starts 24th. Tennessee faces Syracuse next week, believe it or not, in Atlanta in the preseason Peach Bowl, which I will be going to. It's amazing. I'm going to go see more games in Atlanta for Syracuse than I will be in Syracuse for Syracuse this year. Actually, I believe I will be at least 4 away games this year, which is kind of cool. I'll be at next week's game, Georgia Tech's game, SMU's game, and Notre Dame's game. Yeah, and I may go to Miami. So 5. Notre Dame's going to be really fun. It's just going to be. I'm really looking forward to that game. Haven't gotten the tickets yet. We've bought them. We just don't know where they are. But if you look at the SEC, as I said before, Texas leading the group and number 1 in the polls. So you have Texas 1, Georgia 5. Oh, I didn't even realize Notre Dame's 6. Notre Dame's 6 in the polls. Wow, I didn't think Notre Dame was that good. Oregon is 7, Alabama is 8, LSU is 9. It's so bad. Like all these schools that you're like, why are they Oregon in the SEC, Texas in the SEC, right? I know we have 12 teams in the playoff this year, right? 12 teams. So the playoff will start, I believe, the second week of December, right? Second or third week after the Army-Navy game. Army-Navy starts,
usually it's 2 weeks after.
Right? Michigan being 14, the Big Ten is obviously represented with Penn State, Ohio State, Illinois at 12, Michigan at 14. I don't know. Ohio, Oklahoma. Like, it's hard because they're all the same damn conference. Oklahoma, Indiana, they're all the same damn conference. You know, my boss yesterday. Hi, Carly. My boss yesterday, he brought me into his office, and we were talking sports because he's a Kansas fan. And he said to me, what type of world are we living in today? And I said, are we talking about a sports world, or are we talking about a world? Hi, Carl. Welcome back.
For those of you who are wondering who I've been married to for the last 10 years and 2 months, month and a half, This is wifey. She's come on maybe twice over the last 10 years. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
when
think
we
she
talk
came on
about
last-
wifey and we talk about mom, when we talk to Jake, that is wifey and mom. So when we say wifey or mom is going to get upset because the Diablo winds up on the ceiling in the living room, that's the woman that's going to get upset.
Apparently, you're getting the whole family today.
And to be fair,
I just
wow, ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Cannons 101. I'm Lawrence.
my twin.
Morgan.
Well, this kind of explains your love of college football anyway.
No, that's true. Morgan, I got Morgan. I got a question for Morgan. Why is Morgan not question and answer with Morgan Cannons? Morgan?
Mark, look over.
Oh, Morgan, I am not above bribery.
Beautiful jewelry for the whole family.
Morgan, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts, Morgan. Question. Are you going to sleepaway camp next year? Yeah. And how did we lose our teeth? Because it looks like you're a vampire right now. Where did mommy pull him out?
No.
Did Jake? Did daddy throw him out? Daddy pulled him out?
No.
Wow.
How'd we lose the teeth? Did we bite into an apple? Morgan, how'd we lose the teeth?
I pulled them out.
No, you didn't.
How? To be fair, Morgan, my aunt did pull out one of my teeth once. It was loose.
I don't know what she's gonna do because she says that she's another one loose next to the empty space, so she's gonna have 3 empty spots right there. So
wow, you're just
like
gonna you're gonna look like a 75-year-old male from Nebraska.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right, bye-bye. And there goes mommy and wifey. Morgan, you sticking around?
Thank you, honey. I'm going to put this to my key. Okay? I love you.
Bye, Morgan. Do I get a wave? I don't get a wave. I get nothing.
Morgan, can you put it there, honey? So after 3 weeks of really serious shows that went into such in-depth topics, every good thing must come to an end.
At the end of the day, though, I feel like, and I was getting into this before the family, I feel like not only is the world, but also sports, basically, especially college sports, is just a twilight zone, Seth. It's just, I look at it and I go, A, what am I looking at, right? Why do I care? And I look at these standings, especially in the AP top 25, and I'm like, all right, so let's look at the top 20, which we all know who's in the top 20. The only surprise that I have in the top 20, there are 2, and that's first of all, I didn't think Notre Dame was number 6. That's a little bit of a surprise for me. And having Kansas State and ASU, well, ASU with Jaden Daniels a couple of years ago, but having those 2 teams.
Well, ASU made the playoff last year.
Right. So I guess my point is,
they lost to Texas in double overtime.
Do you foresee any teams other than these top 20 to 25 in the playoff? Because I don't.
Sure. First of all, you have to have a group of 5 team. There's no group of 5 team.
Oh, Boise State's no longer in the group of 5. That's true. Okay.
And inevitably, you're going to have one other team. Whether last year you had they said that we probably said this last year. If we understood what the tournament was, we would have said it last year as well. But let's be honest. Nobody had SMU going to the tournament last year. Nobody had Indiana going to the tournament last year.
That's fair.
Nobody had Arizona State. And I think Arizona State was like number 15 out of 16, or number 12 out, whatever it was in the Big 12.
Yep.
Or did the Pac-10? Yeah, the Pac-10 didn't exist at that. So
Oh, it did. It was just two teams. It was just two teams.
So
it was the Pac-2.
Pac-2. That's right, Pac-2. So there is going to be two teams. This is the way I look at it. You got 12. You have the group of 5. Concede that. Notre Dame is not any definable conference. They're going to probably go. So you'll have 8 of these top 20. With Notre Dame is in there already. Probably 7 or 8 are going to go. I would be shocked if you don't see Texas. I'd be shocked if you don't see Ohio State. But here's the thing. So if you look at this, I'm looking at the AP top 25. So you have in the Big Ten, you have Penn State in the top 15. You have 5 teams: Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Illinois, Michigan. You have in the SEC, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, Florida.
Yeah.
6 teams are not making the top 15. 2 of those teams are going to self-destruct somewhere. 3 of those teams are going to self-destruct somewhere. So you're going to have the random 1 or 2 teams. Now, at the end of the day, are we still going to have a final of Ohio State, Texas? Or, yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Weirder stuff has happened. I mean, Notre Dame made a nice run last year. Penn State was 1 play away from going to the title game. But they're not a surprise. But, I mean, you're going to get a couple of the teams. Look, maybe your team, who had a great run last year, they play Tennessee. They play Clemson. Those are 2 legitimate teams. And Tennessee is coming off a controversial offseason where their quarterback was pretty much kicked out because he wanted more money. So who knows what you got?
Look, Syracuse, if there is a team, first of all, we don't play. If there is a team that Syracuse can certainly, look, they win out. They have played Tennessee, Clemson, SMU, Miami, and Notre Dame. If they win out, they're going to be in the top 5.
If they go 10-2 with that schedule, there's a good chance they're going. What were they last year? 9-4.
They were 10 I think they were 10-2.
Now again, tougher schedule.
Oh yeah.
But there's going to always be 1 or 2 teams that come from nowhere. Why not them? I don't think Clemson is anything spectacular.
No, I guess you're going to see this year, Seth. Whether I think you're going to see this year is a 10-2. The problem I have is a 10-2 Syracuse team. You're going to see this better than a 8-4 Big Ten team.
Well, but this comes back to the big argument we've always had with sports. What is more important? What the team has done during the season or who the better team is?
I agree. You can only play the teams that are in front of you. You and I have always agreed with this.
Right. To me, if you were a 10-2 ACC team, you are now – I mean, think about last year when SMU made it and Indiana made it.
Yep.
And the big argument with Alabama and Ole Miss. SMU is 11-1. Because you can't count the conference championship anymore. That doesn't work. You can't. They get an extra game. That doesn't work. Which has no value.
Well, it has a value. It's just this. This is your value.
Except for financial. It has no bearing on anything.
Sure.
So if you want to say, okay, there's a 1-game discrepancy, and Alabama played the number 1 team schedule in the conference. Schedule in the country. And
I got what you were saying.
But you know what? SMU went 11-1 in the regular season. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. Shut up. Just shut up. If it's only based on talent, then there's no reason to even playing the games. It's based on what you did during the season. Period.
Okay, but you and I agree with that, right? We do. You and I have always agreed with that. You play what's in front of you. We don't give NFL, NBA, NHL, teams that have unbalanced schedules. We've always, leagues that have unbalanced schedules. We've always had that discussion, right? More importantly, we have that discussion with the NCAA tournament where teams go 28-2 and you're in some foreign WAC conference as opposed to the Big Ten conference, right? You can only play the teams that are in front of you. I am interested to see whether that holds true. Again, it happened once, right? And SMU lost, right? And Indiana lost, right? In the first round of the tournament.
Right.
So, do you go, and once we get to that point, which will happen in December, November, right? Where you get to that point, and this conversation comes up again, because it will. There is no doubt that this conversation will occur. It will occur every year, which is good for the sport. Don't get me wrong. The conversation is good. I like the conversation. I like the conversation in basketball. I like it in football. But if the conversation determination changes this year based on last year's results, I'm interested to see whether that does happen. Whether it's,
I don't think it will.
I hope not.
I think what will happen is they will change the rating system within the players. And I don't have a major problem with that. I don't think Boise State was the number 3 team in the country. They were ranked. I don't think Arizona State should have been the number 4 because they won the Big 12.
Sure.
So I don't have a problem with you changing how, once you get in, the ranking system within.
Yeah.
No issue at all. But, and if you're going to say if you have an 11-1 Indiana and a 10-2 Alabama, and you're going to say Alabama played the best team in the country, played the best schedule in the country, Indiana didn't play anybody. If there's a 1-game discrepancy, I understand it.
Sure.
Larger than 1 game, I don't think you're ever going to pull it off with a 12-team tournament. I don't think you can.
Well, like I said, I hope you're right. I do. Because if not, then you're 100% spot on. Why are we playing these games, right? Make your super conference of the Big Ten and the SEC, and that's it.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
And maybe Notre Dame and maybe Clemson and whatnot.
And you know what? Then take out the bottom half of the Big Ten, take out the bottom third of the SEC.
Right.
Maryland's never going to be a top 20 team with this conference. We're ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, when we went to the Big Ten originally, at best, we're the 4th best team in a good year in the East. Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah.
And that's, we had a year we were better than Michigan State. I think we may have had 1 year we were better than Penn State, but we're not going to be better.
You're Maryland.
We're a basketball school. Now we have, and forgetting the West with Wisconsin and Iowa and Purdue. I mean, Purdue stinks, but forget that. But now we've added USC and Oregon and Washington, who went to the national title game 2 years ago. Oregon, who was the number 1 team in the country last year. And USC was on a downslide the last year or two.
Well, I was about to say, and you have the lurking UCLA. They are they're not a powerhouse, but they can be a powerhouse. They have the ability.
They can be a powerhouse again.
Yes, 100%.
Right. So there is no upside for us from a football perspective. The best thing that we can do, to quote you, is, hey, let's go to Ann Arbor and go watch Maryland, Michigan. It would be fun. I want to go out to Oregon and watch Oregon, Maryland, because my wife can go drink wine. I can go hike Crater Lake and go to a football game. But I have no expectations for this team ever again. We brought in a top 5, top 6 quarterback in the country this year, Malik Washington. We had a transfer from UCLA who was like a top 20 quarterback coming in, Justin Martin. We have the number 2 player in the country who is signed with us for next year.
We'll see.
He's signed with us. I don't
Right,
know.
but that's the point, right? We'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it's ever going to matter.
Well, football doesn't matter the way basketball does, right? And even basketball, you saw with Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey.
It may not matter.
Our basketball team, and obviously we're 3 months away from that conversation. We do not have one player, not one, from last year's team.
Yep.
We have 13 new players. How am I supposed to give a crap? I mean, he was Williams. I mean, I didn't love the Heisman.
Do you really want to know why? You really want to know how you give a shit? I mean, it's as simple as the way we used to talk about pro sports, and it's still the way we do, right? Is you root for the team on the front. You root for the name on the front, not the name on the back. And that...
Yeah, but there is a... Look, you have the affinity for the Syracuse 2003 team.
Of course I do.
The players on it.
Sure.
I have it for 2002.
Sure.
I don't know if... I don't know how that worked. Look, what was I rooting like crazy for that team last year? Absolutely. But does it have the same feeling to me that it did? Maybe it's also because I'm old. It doesn't. Because I don't know these
players. But let's play this out. But let's play this out, okay? I'm going to go back to the 2003 team just for a second. Carmelo's a freshman. Jerry's a freshman, right? Billy Edelin was a sophomore. You had, I think, two seniors.
Was it team a junior?
Junior, you're right. You're junior. You had like 2 seniors on that team, maybe, right? My point is, you had the 2 biggest players on that team were freshmen. So if they had left after that, if Jerry had left, which he could have, right? I mean, Carmelo left, Jerry could leave. I mean, Jerry wasn't good enough to leave, but if the 2 biggest freshmen left, you and I, taking last year as a difference than I think most colleges have, you still have a base team. It's not the stars, right? But your base sophomore, juniors, and seniors still exist. They're still there. Mm-hmm. You don't have your stars. And your stars for the last 20 years really have been one and done or two and done anyway.
Yes.
So you're importing the stars. I think your team, it's a little bit different in football because one player can't make that much of a difference unless you're a quarterback. And even then, who knows? But in basketball, they've been one and done anyway. So I don't see that as as I do in football.
To go back to, so I'm going to go back to the Maryland team the year before.
Yep.
Okay. Steve Blake, Jr.
Yep.
Juan Dixon, Senior.
Yep.
Byron Mouton, Senior. Chris Wilcox, Sophomore. He may have been a freshman, I think, or sophomore. I don't remember. Lonnie Baxter, Senior. Very senior-laden team. So it was very different. They went to the Final Four with a similar team the year before.
Okay.
Terrence Morris, who was a senior. That was the power forward.
So of those players, let's play this out. Of those players, who was a star? You had one. You really only had one.
We had two. Baxter was a star.
Okay.
Baxter, as a college player, was a monster.
Okay. And we know, obviously, Dixon was a monster.
Dixon was the player of the year. So.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, right? So you had your star, right? And then you had your base team. Your base team in most years, that's not your year this year. That's not an anomaly. Your base team stays for all intents and purposes. I'm not sure, quite frankly, if football they do. Basketball they do because they're getting their playing time. Football, I'm not sure they do. I'm not sure your base wide receiver stays. I'm not sure because they're always...
I mean, as sick as this sounds, it depends what you're getting paid.
Right. Well, that's my point. No, that was going to be my point.
There is no discussion who the two best wide receivers in college football are. There's not even a discussion. It's Ryan Williams from Alabama and Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State. There's nobody even in the ballpark. And they're at schools where they can be publicized correctly for Heisman, or to be a top 3, top 5 pick. And I am sure they're all making between whatever it is, mid-7 figures.
Yep.
So they're not incentivized to leave.
Well, so I got 2 questions. Well, first of all, Trevor Pena, Trebor, last year the top wide receiver for Syracuse, wanted more money. And Fran Brown said, I'm not paying that much for this guy. And he just left. And he went to Penn State. And he's now a wide receiver for Penn State, to your point, right? He's 23 years old. He's entitled to go get whatever he can get. I don't begrudge him that money, not one bit. But here's my question. Does this make – it's going to sound contrarian. Does this make college football better to watch? Maybe not your team, but overall. Does it make college football better to watch because players are staying longer because they're getting money where they might not have before, right? I think you're going to see a lot more Quinn Ewers actually conversations. Quinn Ewers could have stayed and made millions of dollars at Texas. He could have stayed, maybe not Texas, but somewhere else.
He would have had to have transferred because they weren't going to bench Manning a second year.
Right. But he would have made millions of dollars. The same way that the guy that Jason, who am I missing? The Georgia quarterback that went to Miami.
Carson Beck.
Jason Beck, Carson Beck. Jason Beck is the coach. Same way he's making millions of dollars, right? He's making $2 million. He would not have made $2 million in the pros this year. He would have been a 5th-round pick. So does it make college football a better watch because the players are better?
I don't think so. I mean, for all practicality, are you going to watch? Is Penn State? Are you going to watch Penn State because if you're a Penn State fan, are you watching Penn State because they brought in the number 1 wide receiver from Syracuse?
That's not what I was asking. Is the quality of play better? The quality of play.
I don't know. I honestly don't.
I think you're going to get better quality of play.
If you are going to a school for 1 year, by the time you acclimate and get comfortable or whatever you want, whatever it is.
Sure.
I don't know if it's going to be a noticeable improvement. I have no idea. Because if you're going to Ohio State, you're a quarterback. You go to Ohio State.
Yep.
Ohio State has Julian Salen. They had Aaron Nolan, who is a top 5 guy. They have this guy, St. Clair, who's coming in next year. 2 of the guys already transferred. I don't know if they're better, if it's better, going to be better with Nolan going to South Carolina. I don't have a clue. I mean, sometimes.
Well, I think
he transferred from Ohio State, and he had the greatest single year in the history of college football.
Yep.
But I don't know if the caliber is going to be that much better. I don't have the slightest idea. I'm not going to watch it because of it. I'm watching it because I like college football. I'm watching it because I like watching Texas LSU. Not
okay.
Because...
Let me hold on. Let me play the alternative card. Have you ever turned off a game because the quality was bad?
I've changed games.
Okay.
Typically not because of the quality, maybe because there's a blowout. Most of us are not turning off a game because of the quality of the football.
That's fair.
Have you?
No, except when
because the game is not close.
Right, the game's not close. You're right, and I think that's what I was trying to get at. Is the quality going to be better, so thus more people will watch, and we will continue watching? But I think I don't
think one has anything to do with the other.
I've turned off a basketball game. I have 100% turned off a basketball game because the quality is just bad. Like, I have seen two teams that can't hit a shot. I have 100%. I've turned off an NBA game because of that. Because I've gotten to the point.
Basketball, I agree. I have. College football, I typically don't.
Okay, and I think that's where I was trying to get at. So, okay, all right. Arch Manning, your Heisman favorite, or are we looking elsewhere? No. Okay,
no, he's not.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at Jeremiah Smith from
That's
Ohio
the
State.
wide receiver from Ohio State that still has to come back and play yet another year, right?
Yes. I think you're looking at the running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love. If you really want to go with a real wild card, I'm going to choose your favorite team, University of Nebraska.
Yes.
And go with Dylan Raiola, the quarterback. I don't think Manning can possibly live up to the expectation.
Does he have to win the Heisman?
Not sure.
Texas
he
goes
probably to win the Heisman. He may.
Texas goes perfect. He's the quarterback. He wins the Heisman.
I want to see who Texas plays. I want to see what their schedule is.
All right. Well, you go see that. I'm going to say. What's that? I'm going to say that the Heisman Trophy winner will be Cade Klubnik of Clemson, the quarterback from Clemson, because I think Clemson is going to run the table and be their team. If you want a stats guy that's just going to put up numbers, and that may win it because depending on who the losses are, I like Lenora Sellers from South Carolina.
He's phenomenal.
I really like him.
Is that who you expect the Jets quarterback to be in 2026?
You know who I want, but I know I'm not getting him. I want Drew Aller. I want Drew Aller so much because
they get him.
No, they won't take him. It won't matter. They won't take him because I want him. Just because I want him. He'll be there no matter where the Jets pick. They could pick 24th, and he will be there just to spite me. Because it'll be just like Tyrese Halliburton. He will be there for me just to watch him pass by. He will be there. I do believe Lenora Sellers.
Is it hard being you?
Yes. I do believe that Lenora Sellers will be the next Jet quarterback. Yes, 100% I do. I think the Jets will pick him.
Ridiculous, right?
I do.
He's ridiculous.
I do. And I have seen every other running quarterback in recent times and seen exactly what happens to them. So it is apropos for him to either tear his ACL or tear his Achilles in like year 3, Robert Griffin style. I am waiting for Jaden Daniels to do it because I have no doubt he will. I am shocked Lamar Jackson has not. And he got there was a real scare this week that he might have when he hurt his knee. So, I mean, I don't think – so anyway. All right, I'm picking Klubnik to win with my dark horse being Lenora Sellers. Penn State finally wins a national championship for me. James Franklin wins their national championship, and all of Pennsylvania goes nuts. Syracuse goes – I think we played 12 games. If we play, I'm going to go through their schedule really, really quick. I think I had them at 6-6, which gets you into a bowl game, but a shitty one, and not very happy about it. But
is Brandon Brown your coach next year?
Oh God, I hope so. But no, he's not. Hold on. So I got us losing to Tennessee 0-1, beating UConn 1-1, beating Colgate 2-1. 2-2, 3-2, 3-4. 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3, 6-3, beating UNC at home. 6-3, 6-4, 6-5. 7-5. I'm at 7-5. But that's assuming they beat all the teams that they're supposed to beat. And that has never been a Syracuse mantra. Let's beat the teams we're supposed to beat. And that includes beating UNC at home and beating Boston College at home for the last game of the year. I have them losing to Notre Dame because that makes sense, because I only go to games where Syracuse loses, except for Cal last year. And I have them I have them beating Georgia Tech in Georgia Tech. That's never happened with me there. So hopefully. What do you see from Maryland for this year?
I'm going to our schedule right now. Okay. We start off with the Blazer at FAU.
Yes.
I'm going to start us off at 3-0.
Wow. Okay.
Atlantic, Northern Illinois, and Towson. Not exactly
3-0 and ranked?
No.
Okay.
When your best team you play is Northern Illinois, that doesn't get you to ranking. Lose at Wisconsin. Okay. I'm going to say we're going to either beat Washington or Nebraska, one of the two. We're going to be 4-1, 4-2, excuse me. Lose at UCLA, lose at Indiana, beat Rutgers, lose to Illinois, lose to Michigan. I'm going to say we're 5-7.
5-7. So no bowl game for you guys.
No.
Okay. All right. Last 5 minutes here. Next week we have our NFL preview, as I said. Our fantasy football preview.
Next week's our fantasy preview.
Yep. We will have to make our decision on keepers, which Seth and I will have a spirited debate on the show, because we still are having a spirited debate over our last keeper. I have decided in my other league, as my last 5 minutes, I'm keeping Bucky Irving. I don't know why I called him Bud Dupree. Bucky Irving in the 16th round over Bijan Robinson in the first.
Correct decision.
I have the correct decision. Okay. Seth, you're up with 2 minutes, and I hope you really have a great time in Montreal.
Thank you. Could be my last trip with my parents, so that'll be nice. I've never had a night where I've had 3 drafts. I'm going to have to do that. 2 auction, 1 in person. It should be something. I'm going to have Oregon finally winning the national title, although this is not their best team, led by Dante Moore, and Dan Lanning then leaves Oregon to go to the pros. I'm keeping Trey McBride in the 5th and Chuba Hubbard in the 14th.
Chuba Hubbard. I'm the only person that calls him Chuba. It's Chuba Hubbard. Anyway.
I think of Chuba-Wumba.
That's what I kept saying. I know.
I drink a vodka drink. I drink a whiskey drink. McBride only makes sense because it's a dual keeper.
Yep.
So, and then the other one, I'm going to keep Kyler Murray and Jonathan Taylor.
All right.
The price discrepancy on Taylor versus Derrick Henry is too big.
Yep, fair enough. All right, for Seth Kamens, who's over there, I'm Sean Palmer over here. Hopefully your passports work and you get back into the country, and we have another show next week. If you don't, you know a good lawyer. But I'm not an immigration attorney. Right. I'm not an immigration attorney, but I will refer you. Okay. For Seth Kamens, Sean Palmer, Seth and Sean Sports, we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Okay.